What a thrill and an honor it is to be here tonight, part of this exciting initiative. I am the forestry coordinator at the Ecology Action Centre, Nova Scotia's largest and oldest environmental organization. Few members of the crowd tonight, that's great. I work as part of the Wilderness Campaign, where our goal is to protect the biodiversity of the forests and wild spaces of Nova Scotia. We work to protect key wild areas and promote good forestry on the rest of the working landscape. People tell me, I guess I'm not your average tree hugger. I never really envisioned myself working for an organization like the Ecology Action Centre. I went to the woods with my dad for the first time on our family woodlots when I was 14, and I don't know if I ever came back from that trip. I'm a trained professional forester who's worked in the industry here in Nova Scotia, and my own values, my journey here tonight, have been strongly influenced by my dad. My dad's worked in forestry in the woods here in Nova Scotia for 40 years, and at the rate he's going, he might work for another 40 more, I don't know. He was a graduate of the Maritime Forest Ranger School in 1976. He was trained in the methods of industrial agroforestry that's far too common here in Nova Scotia. And straight out of school, he went to work for the pulp mill in Pictou, where his job was to grow fiber. Clear cut, spray, plant, one softwood tree every 8 feet. That was his mantra. But somewhere along the way, Dad, I think he became disillusioned by the forest that he was helping to create, or perhaps more importantly, the forest that he was helping to destroy. My dad would tell stories when he did harvest layout of walking into these just park-like cathedrals of old-growth red spruce, our provincial tree, and he'd be amazed by what he saw, but at the same time, he was saddened by the fact that he was the last person who was going to experience the beauty and the awe that he saw in front of him. And when I told my dad I wanted to go into forestry, he initially advised me against it. He knew that we were undermining the health of the very resource that the forest industry relied on, and that by doing so, we were jeopardizing the long-term sustainability of the industry and jobs for people like me. And too often we see this debate, it's framed as if it's jobs versus the environment, but with forestry we can have both. And my vision for forestry in Nova Scotia is that we have healthy, resilient forests that sustain a healthy and resilient forest industry. Yeah. Woo! As I mentioned, I grew up in Pictou County, about 10 kilometers as the crow flies from the pulp mill in Pictou. And we always knew it was going to rain when we could smell the stench of the mill. The old saying was it was the smell of money. Really? Is that what money smells like? It's time for us to throw that outdated thinking out. We can't think that way anymore. We cannot allow our environment and the health of our citizens to be threatened by polluting industries like this. It has to stop. This mill has become a symbol right here in Nova Scotia for citizens standing up for their right to a healthy environment. The mill has been allowed to operate outside of their operating permit in terms of their air emissions, which, by the way, our air emission regulations aren't all that great in Nova Scotia to begin with, but for over a year and likely longer, the mill has been knowingly polluting the citizens of this province and putting their health at risk. It's maddening. How can we, in Canada, in 2014, allow a company to operate at record production levels while it knowingly pollutes our air and threatens the health of our citizens? It has to stop. But there is hope. I see hope in Pictou. I see hope here tonight. Because all across Canada, people are starting to stand up. They're starting to become united, and they're starting to stand up for their right to a clean environment. So please join me in pledging your support for the Blue Dot Tour, because together we can create a Canada that we're all proud to call our home. Thanks.